And looks like we're live.
Hello, everyone that may or may not be here yet.
I'll give it a little bit. Let me make sure I got everything situated. Oop. All right. Oh, also. All right. Oh, whoops. Jumped the gun on my own tweet.
I can't believe you've done this.
All right. So, now that that's been over, starter's over. Hello. Welcome to a new episode of Ranking of Shmups. Today we will be taking a look at newer Shmups. Not entirely new, but newer compared to at least what I have been doing. So why don't I go ahead and load the first game up then? This will actually be me playing it blind because I have not actually played any of this game yet, even though I probably should have. Finding my Steam list. Well, let's start. Also, if let's see. Can you actually? I'm in full screen mode right now. Can you actually see the game now?
Yes, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Yes, so we're gonna start off with this. This is Sine Mora EX. The EX version just recently came out. Like, I want to say like a couple weeks ago. Also, I am gonna go ahead and do something I probably should have done. I'm just down just a smidge.
Hungarian?
Yeah, so that is one thing about this. This is actually very much a plot-heavy shmup. And the thing, it's like, well, there's probably going to be a thing explaining, so let's just take a look. Start a new game and just do normal.
Ha az időutazás képességével születtél, az első dolog, amit meg kell tanulnod az, hogy nem lehetsz adott időpillanatban több helyen. Mivel azonban te is halandó vagy.
So in the original version, this would entirely be like you only had the choice of Hungarian, but they added an English version in this. But why do that?
Akár csak a harag. A hatalmat pedig
Any particular reason for
a
Hungarian?
Lail birodalom képviselői.
I believe they were trying to do
Az
a
enkik mindkét alapszabályról megfeledkeztek.
like a third world, not third world, but Eastern European kind of thing. That's in like conflict.
Oh boy, who's ready for some balkanization? Which, not really, because Hungary is not really... Point is, Eastern Europe time.
Look at these ships.
I know, these are amazing.
No.
What are you talking about? These designs are great.
No.
Kobalt király a parancsnokságnak. 1204, 76, 12. Megkezdem az ereszkedést. Vétel. Vette 1200, 4, 76, 12, Kobalt király. A navigáció szerint a város fölé értünk. Ellengravitáció várható. 3, 2, 1, mostantól.
Alright. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's the gimmick of this, where you're basically entirely on a timer. Like you don't have a health. That
22-es, kapd el őket!
that timer is essentially your health bar.
Well, I've never seen that kind of mechanic in this shmup before, so...
Kobalt király a Falkának. 2 Merenstein 55-ön. Nem szeretnénk randevúzni velük. Vettem Kobalt király. 20-as és 22-es. 2 Merenstein 55-ön. 54-en. A tiétek.
Oop. Okay, so we got sub weapon.
I appreciate they give you a health bar for all the
That is an option you can turn on and off if you so wish.
Falka, zárkózzatok fel! Szórjuk meg kicsit ezt a levegőerődöt. Falka beszél! 22-es, 21-es és 9-es fedez!
Also, I need to alt tab for a moment, so it's probably gonna freeze.
Yeah, it did.
Ooh, I just want to make sure that I can actually read chat this time.
How dare.
Oh no, not saying that none of you weren't. Saying also
I'm
my
not.
I am one. Well, that looks fast.
Oop. Let's just try novice.
Pozitív 22-es.
Yeah, we've got nothing to prove
Időtűző
here.
aktív. Indulunk.
Oop. Oh, I just don't have control. Time capsule. Okay.
Good. Perfect. Full of time.
So what is your hitbox?
I'm not quite certain. Probably the
I've
cockpit.
seen you grazing.
Erről van szó, kérem alással.
Okay. And score a bonus. Okay. Age. Okay. Alright. Primary weapons are upgraded. However, if you get hit, upgrade to the.
Okay, that doesn't. That
And you will be
seems fairly
limited to a
generous.
few seconds to collect. Okay. So almost the cave story-ish.
Yeah.
Mindenki megvan? Falka, felzárkózni és jelentést kérek. Kobalt király, a légtér a zónádban
There's so many
tiszta, mint
weird
a
moving parts in
patyola.
these ships.
I know, it's
Köszönöm,
great.
Falka vezér. Kobalt király a parancsnokságnak. 600, 4, 112, 12. Pozícióban. Fél perc a kioldásig. Vette. 600, 4, 112, 12. Kobalt király. Granit Group sikeresen ledobta a szállítmányt.
Did we just?
A negyedik egyesülés. 3 darab bomba 664 000 enkit ölt meg azon a napon, És ezt majd 2 milliárd birodalmi polgár ünnepelte. De itt halt meg a fiam is, aki Kobalt király, a 4. bombát szállító gép pilótája volt, és aki valami elképzelhetetlen, a harci repülés történetében példátlan dolgot tett, megtagadta a parancsot. A híradások szerint a másodpilóta a helyszínen főbelőtte.
So yeah.
Egy birodalmi apa valószínűleg összeroppant volna.
From what I've heard, this story gets kind of dark.
Yeah.
It's already pretty dark with your son committing basically
Moneta
treason
pont.
because he didn't want to kill a
Az
shitload of
örökké
people.
tartó háború.
So, one thing about this that might not be, like, they don't make a very big deal about it, but technically you are all playing as anthropomorphic animals, but it is a design that is not, like, you know, furry stuff. It is very much a more realistic, I guess, might be a proper word.
That's realistic as furry people can
Ito,
be.
Idriát!
Yes.
Az ároknál vagyunk.
I love this
Megkezdjük az
taxi
este
ship we have.
A peremvidék aktivitása.
I like the U2. He's a very good character with his little
Csapok
cigarette.
egy kis zajt, hogy eltereljem a figyelmet rólatok.
So what have I missed?
Not much. We have just started.
But basically, Arisen, our health bar is that timer up there.
Oh no.
He knows how the game works.
I didn't know.
That's fine.
Yeah, this is the first game we've done.
Okay. What do you think of it so far, I guess, then?
I am just starting it now, and it seems pretty good. The only thing I'm seeing right now that's kind of bothersome is the fact that sometimes I'm having a little bit of trouble gauging what is foreground, what is background. In particular, in terms of like the fighters, but it's not quite as bad as, say, something like Battle Ikaruga.
Mm-hmm.
Driát, valami fura dolgot láttam. Teszek egy kört a kilátó körül. Ito,
Hungarian
milyen
furries.
fura dolgot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Vaklárva. Ne haragudj, hogy a
And Grasshopper
marhaságaimmal
was the
fárasztalak.
developer, correct?
Yes, this is a Grasshopper game, but I do not believe it is Suda?
I think it was like a double, like, kind of thing. Like, it was a Hungarian studio and Grasshopper.
Oh, I had it. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
I
whoop.
think that's how it was.
A good on Grasshopper for reaching out. Jeez, this is kind of...
Digital reality.
Okay.
They are straight up Hungarian. They were located in Budapest.
Oh, I can actually destroy bullets with that.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
Unfortunately, they went defunct 4 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, also there's a bit of wind right here.
And they co-developed it with Grasshopper. It wasn't like a single-sided kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so there's 4 damage.
Hey, it looks like they made a bunch of games, but they just kind of died in relative obscurity.
Életbe!
Which is a shame, but that's how things play out.
I think it was Slow Beef that introduced me to this. He was doing like a bunch of Street of the Shmups and
Yeah, and the director was Theodore Riker, producer was Shuji Ishikawa.
Oh.
So there you go. And the
Oh, I am
composer is Akira Yamaoka.
Yes, that is one thing I do remember from hearing.
Sweet.
What's interesting is this game originally. Yeah, no, it was the reason it was Hungarian is because the original producer was Hungarian, and yeah, THQ Nordic was the one who produced EX.
Yeah, because they have a credit in the opening scene or opening credits or whatever the splash screens are.
It was originally for the 360, obviously.
Yep.
Microsoft Arcade. That was.
It was. Yeah, it was a. This was a Summer of Arcade game, so.
Yep, and then Calypso Media published it for the PC, and now it's THQ Nordic for EX.
Okay.
It's got around.
I really like the ship designs.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a nice diesel punk.
Yes, very much.
Fun fact: this game was released on the Ouya.
Yeah. So yeah, there are Android TV ports of this because I can get it on my. I have an NVIDIA Shield TV, which I have, which I could very much get this on.
This has been on goddamn everything.
Yeah, they have really gotten it out there, which definitely isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why it's still kind of a shame that one of the studios involved went.
Yeah.
I appreciate this atmospheric music, but I just wish there was kind of something more.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's an Akira Yamaoka soundtrack, so.
Also, don't forget that you can slow time.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can't. I don't have any meter.
I can't see that because of your UI thing.
Yeah, I think I need to swatch that. Yeah, actually, hold on one sec. That does bring up a good point.
Tell the cat I said hi.
She's very happy for that.
Oh,
Good.
not that. There. I think that should be all of them. There. So now you can actually see that. Oh, down here.
That's right, they all have fun names for their weapons.
Yes, I have not used Punk Spirit yet, so I don't know what it does.
Yeah, I like that they're really generous with the. Okay then.
Okay, so it's just a bomb. Oh, and I do have some meter now.
I do appreciate that they're very generous with your weapon power output.
Mire? Hol vagy? Mire? Úgy látom, a házőrződ itthon van.
I feel like a lot of the stuff reminds me of like Metal Slug.
Kinda.
At least aesthetically.
Yes. Actually, well, in this case, this would be definitely more. There's a game that at some point I gotta take a look at called In the Hunt that was about the same people who did Metal Slug, but it's a submarine game instead of a
Neat.
you know, like a Metal Slug.
I do appreciate that they highlight the vulnerable spots.
Yeah. Oh. Whoop. Oh God.
Just doing a quick look over of the plot. This game gets fucking weird.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, no, it gets really fucking weird.
Oh.
Nice.
How did I
barely save
yeah.
You know, broadsiding seems like this would cause more harm than good in this scenario.
Carnival, you've clearly never operated a submarine designed like this.
Okay. Ah! I didn't realize I was touching something.
I don't know, it just seems like it's just opened up more weak points.
Oh, oh! Oh, you're not dead yet.
Well, I mean, that's the problem, is that literally everything's a weak point. So you might as well turn your weak points into weapons.
Oh, oh, geez.
They get a nice variety out of these bosses, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really cool.
I did. What am I missing?
You don't seem to be missing anything.
Oh, there it is. It just needed to
Had a little bit of health
expose
left.
itself. Well, that one just had a smidge of health.
Oh hey, this has also got a switchboard.
Yes.
Hell yeah, Carnival.
As I said, this got on literally fucking everything.
Yeah. I like the writing too in this.
Yes.
Very good use of swears.
Duplán fizetek, te szar!
Regis Pire a Kobalt király tüzére volt. A hétfős személyzet 5. olyan tagja, akit utolért a bosszún. A birodalom nemi erőszakért vágta be Bokumonóra, ahonnan valószínűleg soha nem szabadult volna. Évekig tartott, míg a nyom...
Yeah, remember when I said this game gets a little dark?
A lányt, akit megerőszakolt, Miriam Magusának
Jesus
hívták, és
Christ!
aludt volt, de jól
Yeah.
tudta. Ha ez valahogy kitudó...
So what was that? You went through it and I missed. Couldn't read it all.
Oh, read it all. Basically, the guy we killed wasn't, or the guy we blew up wasn't actually his son's killer. It was actually someone else, but on the same crew. The guy we're going after got thrown into a military prison for assaulting a girl. The girl that got assaulted, something, I couldn't exactly remember what it was.
Pinky.
Yes. Which is, and basically because it was a racial minority, they didn't really care. So, yeah, he's still going after her. Or him.
He was content to kill him anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Oh. So, let's see. How long has this been 30 minutes?
Jól van, Miriam. Szomorúan hangzik, de te leszel a csali. Húzd szépen magadra teljes védelmi hálót.
És utána elengedsz? Akkor elengedsz?
Meglátjuk, kedves.
Alright, let's see. I'm just trying to see if we have... We've probably done this for about... Oh, wait. That's what, why don't we do... Why don't we actually do one more little sub-stage, and then I'll call for this one.
Because this game has multiple playthroughs and the plot really fucking goes places.
Yes.
It is a grasshopper game. At least partially, so.
No, you don't understand.
Yeah.
I've played Killer 7.
Oh, I'm aware, but this plot makes sense, but that's the issue.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because there's a lot of time travel shenanigans that goes on. On top of the already dark tone it sets.
I maintain it's still a grasshopper game.
Yes.
I mean, it's not strictly a grasshopper game.
True, but
Oop. There
Like
we
the
go.
director was straight up a member of the Hungarian studio. Director, writer,
Oh, jeez.
designer.
Látom a
Oh, okay.
erős lévédelem.
Yeah, no, he directed, wrote it, and designed it. So I mean, yeah,
Most megyek be, kislám.
he had grasshopper backing on a lot of fronts, but he did much of what he did. In terms of having his way out.
Oh.
don't forget that you have a Gemini drone.
Yep, I already have. That's what I have up.
Oh, okay.
I had up. I might as well go for another one. Oop.
Aknozás.
Remélem, hogy több lesznek, Ghost.
A szervíz alagútban vagyok.
Oh. Oh, let's see.
I do appreciate that there's a novice mode.
Mm-hmm.
There was a what?
Novice mode.
Yes.
It's always nice when games actually want you to play them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh. New character.
Yep. Dryad, who was talking to YouTube.
Hope I got an achievement. First, can't tell which one.
Durák! Maradjatok le! A barlangot előbb ki kell takarítani! Vettem, diák, köszönjük.
The worms.
Yep. Can't be a shmup without a little bit of bio in it.
Yeah. Even the worm turns.
The only thing with the weird names is that I have absolutely zero clue what these things are doing. Like, what does an azimuth battery do?
True.
Oh, jeez. Also, now it appears that when I get hit, oh, jeez.
Well, it's because you got more power-ups.
Yeah. Oh, God. These are easy to collect. Ah, God damn it.
Yeah, they are.
Please stop.
The issue is your time.
I only have a little bit of it.
Please stop eating shit.
Tehát valami fura dolgot láttam. Teszek egy kört a kilátó körül.
Ito, milyen fura dolgot?
Baklárva. Ne haragudj, hogy a
Yeah, so
marhaságaimmal
Dryad's very
fárasztalak.
weirdly
Nem,
important to
bazd
the
meg, ez
plot.
egy őrszem! Nem képzelődtem!
Oh,
Are you ready for trains?
Ito, húzd el
Gotta
onnan!
suplex it
Menjen gyorsan csak el!
somehow.
Ito! Durak, mi történik? Fent vihartomból rettenetesen rossz a vétel. Durak, az átjáró tiszta, kísérd át a hordát. Én lefoglalom az őrszerelvényt. Kezdjétek meg a dokkolást! Gyorsan!
well, let's find out. Oh, that's neat. Also, where the hell am I? There. Oh, there went all my things.
Oh no?
Oh, come on. You bounce off the screen, you asshole.
Some of them. Got most of them.
Oh.
I like just the idea of this, that they just have this one trail line going around their base for this giant train, and that's
hordára
it.
helyén, ismétlem, a hordára helyén. A kommandósok parancsnoka szerint legalább 200 egységnyi időre van szükségük, mert fogalmunk sincs, mit keresünk. Csináljátok!
Thread the needle.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
That's not what he meant by
Okay.
You still survived, and that's
It's really nice that it did that for you, some shoot.
Yeah, that it actually sucked it up. That is actually a really nice feature.
yep.
Also, you can, well, at least for this boss, you can actually see the little segments in the bar.
Yeah.
Has a weird looking. Whoa. That works.
There you go, success.
If it's dead, it can't shoot you.
Exactly.
Now I'm fighting the house on the train.
Exactly.
Straight loose. Okay, sure.
What if
smokestacks
the
and turn into guns?
guns?
You gotta use all parts of the trade for its most economical.
I also
Exactly.
appreciate that they highlight what you're supposed to shoot.
Yep.
Yes.
A lot more games could learn from this game's like design.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, I appreciate that this is a
Itt
short
urak,
where you're supposed to get it.
összecsomagoltunk, ismétlem összecsomagoltunk.
Like,
Elindulunk
they
a
expect you
felszín
to get
felé.
it, so they make it
Kitűnő
generous.
munka.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
I'm actually really glad I played this game first.
It's a good game.
Egyetlen embert se
I mean, to be
veszítettünk a
fair,
monetai akció
the game
során.
started fairly alright.
De elvesztettünk egy egész
Mhm.
civilizációt.
Even though I know you don't like one of them,
A
which I can
bázison talált
understand.
tudományos eredmények és dokumentumok
Yeah.
mindannyiunkat elborzasztottak.
Well, we'll get to that.
A birodalmiak, hogy irányított időtechnológiát állítsanak elő, minden enki foglyot kiégetnek. Megfosztanak minden érzékszervétől, hogy könnyen kezelhető legyen.
Jesus Christ!
Ezek a süket néma, vak és idegeiktől megfosztott lények már nem különbek a monetai barlangok férgeinél.
Yeah, basically,
Leszámítva az
the Enki
álmaikat.
are special, like,
Egyetlen
they're
alapérzés
obviously a
tartja
racial
őket
minority, and they
hordában.
have the ability to manipulate
Az
time.
élethez való
the
görcsös
Empire
ragaszkodás.
Being afraid of that, developed the
halálfélelem.
project so that they could control
Ez a
time
projekt.
and just
Egy
destroy
nép
the Enki.
rettegése egy bolygó rabszolgálatában. Nincs technológia, ami ezt a szörnyűséget
Which is why they
vissza tudná
bombed the
csinálni.
fuck out of them.
Ha meg is
Yes.
szabadítjuk a népünk, nem tudjuk visszaadni az életüket. Az enkiknek vége.
Okay. So yeah, Yeah, that is definitely a good stopping point. Oh, I didn't completely suck that time.
They literally developed time travel so they could commit genocide.
Chapter 2. Okay. Okay. Alright, so in that case, exit the desktop and then bring this up. So, Sine Mora EX.
It's legit a real fucking good game.
It is really good. I need to do something real quick because it's going to bug.
I also wouldn't be surprised if it actually was inspired by Radiant Silvergun.
That wouldn't be a big surprise. So yeah, it's a good game. The question is, how good? It is high blue, if anything. Looking at this, let's see. It's a better game than Section Z on the NES, and also Bosconian for the arcade. Yeah, it's better. It's going in pink at least. Let's see. Should we? Because let's see. It's better than Speed Rumbler. I would say it's better than Zezek. I would say it's better than Final Soldier, Boogie Wings. I would say it's better than Battle Ikaruga.
Yeah.
I would say it's better than Greatest Guide.
Better than Night Striker.
Better than UN Squadron. Cosmo Gang.
I would personally play it above, like, even Kingdom Grand Prix.
Well, let's see. So we got I'd probably say it's because let's see. I would say it's better game than Twinkle Star Sprites. So I think it is a new top 10. So why don't we just go from the bottom? Sorcerer Striker.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Yeah, better.
Musho List. I would probably say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oop. Space Harrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kingdom Grand Prix. Axley.
Personally, yes, because I have some troubles with Axley.
I can definitely see why, but yeah, I could probably give up Axley. Fantasy Zone. This is a tough one.
It's difficult, yeah.
Yeah, because I personally would say no, because Fantasy Zone is just very playable.
Yeah.
It is just really good for what it is.
It doesn't have a dark story.
It has a weird story, but it is a game that makes you
stories, so I don't see why that'd be a downside.
I mean
yes.
People who don't, but yeah.
I could see the
legit though. I think it's much more like Fantasy Zone is more playable, and you can actually get through it from start to finish in a much more feasible fashion.
For its age, it is really good.
So that's a good place to put it.
Yeah, number 6. Definitely nothing to sneeze at.
I am tempted to spoil a little bit of the plot just to give you an idea as to where it goes, though.
Well, in case anyone wants to would watch it, that would want to go spoiler free, since from what we've seen, why don't we just leave that?
Yeah, no, just saying y'all should play it. The plot gets really fucking interesting.
Yes, and there are umpteen million spots where you can play it.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Cardinals that on a
from
Switch.
The previous gen on, it is on every system. That isn't, outright portable or anything like that.
Yes, if you have something within probably a decade at this point, you probably have a way to play it.
It's on the PS3, Xbox 360, iOS, Android, I'm pretty sure. PS4, Xbone, Switch, PC. I already said PC.
And then
either way, it's on fucking anything.
It's fairly cheap even with like the EX stuff and everything.
I'm gonna put EX as 2000. I'm gonna put 2017 because a lot of the more recent releases were this year.
Yeah, that's EX. Also, for reference, Grasshopper was responsible for the art direction and sound design, while Digital Reality handled the 3D assets, programming, story, and game design.
Okay, well, hold on one sec. What was the... Need to be... I'm very anal about this.
Also, the boss battles were initially designed in large part by Mahiro Maeda, who might know for the Animatrix,
Oh,
or
well,
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
oh, Jesus. What is the name of the company?
They are now defunct, but it's Digital Reality.
Digital... Well, we have defunct stuff. Oh. Oh, that's probably not going to work if I'm putting it... Wait, what the hell?
I'll be right back.
Digital Reality. All right. And yeah, I'm going to fix that later. Soundtrack. I do think it should be on there.
It should be on there, but I'm not going to pretend I was a huge fan because I don't really like ambient stuff personally.
It is an Akira Yamaoka soundtrack.
It's good for what it is, but I don't like ambient, so I'm going to stay out of this discussion.
Yeah. Actually, at that point, did I just break?
Because if we're talking strictly in the sense of how it relates to the game, it serves the game and its tone and its plot very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, at that case, I might actually put this to the side and say we don't put it on there because it's not rankable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does a good job trying to do what it does, but I wouldn't call it a soundtrack that you would outright listen to. Unless you really enjoy ambient.
Yeah, unless you really like that, which there's definitely people that would, because people do listen to the Silent Hill soundtracks.
Yeah.
So, in that case, so this next game. Okay, who wants to go first?
Carnival can go first.
13.
13? Okay, why I'm giving them a number will make sense once we get into the game. Okay, so this next game is actually not as recent as the other games we're going to be taking a look at.
This has actually been around for quite a while.
Yeah, it's a 2004 game, actually, I believe. Real quick.
It's actually 2003.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, this game is... Have it load? I got it. It is a Japanese PC game, so it has all those menus beforehand.
Of course.
Load. Okay, this game... Should be seeing it? Yep. This is Warning Forever.
Okay.
And this is a very... shall I say, interesting game. Because I'm going to go into the options.
It's really neat, but I don't think you have quite the time to show off how neat it is.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Because I'll probably do a couple runs, because I don't know how long I'll be doing this. So
each run is fairly short.
Yes, the basic gist of this game is this is a shmup where you're only fighting bosses. But the thing is, the bosses adapt to your playstyle every time you beat them. So there is a BGM mode here. Here's the thing: when you download the game, which by the way you can download this game for free. And actually, originally you would have to patch it to get in English. They now have English in the game, so you don't have to patch it. You just download it. So this game does not ship with music, or you don't get it when you download it. So I've gotten some music, and basically Carnival just picked one of the 14 different songs I found. why don't we go ahead and start?
Good. Fucking good.
So yeah, we have a basic shot, we have an aim shot. That's pretty much it.
What is this
Black Knight 2000.
Ah.
So yeah, you can kind of see what all they're adding to the boss, because every time you play it, they get a different thing.
like the
Check
wire.
how you fight it.
I like the wireframe aesthetic.
Yes. So I'm not going to do this, because maybe to show off something. So I defeated it by destroying the left side. Let's see. Oh, okay, so it stays symmetrical. But yeah, because I destroyed it at a lower angle, it had more stuff on the angle. Also, much like Sine Mora, this is time-based. So if I die, I end up costing time.
So are the designs of the bosses, are they procedurally generated or?
Yes.
There's...
They're based entirely on your playstyle. So I got killed by a missile. So I bet you when I beat this boss, it will have more missile pods.
Also, if you notice, its design has actually changed now based on the angle you've been hitting it up.
Yep.
Neat.
Also, the names themselves are I guess you could call them procedural.
Yes.
And it's based on like what the design of the thing is. And yeah, these things get kind of ridiculous. Also, look at all those missile pods.
Yeah, this is really neat.
God, I love that MIDI guitar.
It's really good.
It's a smash right attacker.
This is beautiful.
Oh.
I love how it's progressively becoming more and more just
Just a brick.
yeah.
I can't believe it has childbearing hips.
Gotta get that core.
Gee, it's kind of a health sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty tanky, but also if you notice, like he gets more time.
The wide striker.
I feel like this is starting to resemble the design of like a mech from.
Oh geez, now they're moving.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
It's learning. It's got legs. It knows how to use them.
God damn it. Where is it?
Why don't you just destroy everything?
What if that didn't? Well, I don't know how this game procedurally chooses. So does the width of cone? So does the width of cone like determine the amount of damage you're doing?
It is the width of the cone.
It's the spread.
It's a spread.
Spread. Okay.
Wind needled wide striker.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It takes up the whole screen. warning, a huge battleship approaching.
If I could just focus fire the core.
You fool will learn to fight that.
Okay. Didn't expect that.
I believe in you, Lola.
I mean, you've got this. It's just,
Yeah.
at this point, it's just... So how many stages does this go for?
I don't think there's an actual end. I think you just go.
Yeah, the
wing
name
striker.
exists for a reason.
Yes, it is warning forever. But
Oh, jeez. It's...
It's like a giant bug, it's great.
yeah.
I said, I'm pretty sure you do eventually hit a point where it's just, it takes longer to kill the ship than you're
Yes.
actually getting back.
Yeah.
I like the vocals in the song.
yes.
That's really good.
It finally went long enough for them to kick in.
Well,
Well, I don't think you might not make it out of this one.
yep, it is starting to get pretty, pretty big.
Pretty hectic.
Okay, I should be good. I wonder if I just aim for that little bit. Yeah, the entire part goes.
Yep.
Neat. Gotta get off at the ankle.
Wonder if. There. Oh, jeez.
You
Exit
get
Force
two more.
Wing Striker X. Whoop.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, this is beautiful. Where can I play this?
I do love that the fucking music starts up every time.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you need to add like put the music in a special folder, or can
You put it in the folder with the executable. You just name it bgm.wave,
Ah,
and it will play pretty much whatever anything I've thrown at it will play, providing it's a wave. I believe it has to be a wave.
okay.
Karate. I say, I almost want you to run out the timer, so I could hear the vocals.
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
Phoenix. Oh god.
Oh, majestic.
Like, this one might just stall us out.
Yeah. Especially that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Remind me to link you guys the Black Knight 2000 theme at some point.
They got the power.
They got the touch.
What an amazing
Alright.
game.
So yeah,
Alright.
that is the main form, the main game mode. But there are other modes, which I'll take a quick look at when I change the music. All right, Risen.
Yeah.
1 through 14.
1 through 14. 7.
Okay.
Lucky 7.
Yeah, lucky number 11.
11.
Schlappen.
Yeah. Gone.
But like, is this available somewhere?
Yes, I can get the download link. Yeah, it's free. If you just type in Warning Forever, you will find it.
Okay, sounds good.
And as long as you get the most recent version, which I believe is 1.08, you should be good. Well, let's take a look at the other modes. Let's try 3 ships.
The pure heart. Octabeam pure heart.
I do appreciate just the thumping bass every time you started to
Yep.
fight.
Whoop.
Yep.
Dude, really?
All right.
So this is survival mode.
What is this?
Twin forced pure heart.
Also, if you don't, you might notice with, by the life meter, which is in the top left, between our names popping up.
Yep.
Every 100 parts I destroy, I get life. So, like, I have 1.44 left.
Right.
Okay.
So,
The wider.
the thing I,
Every time that thumping.
which now that I think, now in hindsight, I believe if I change one of the BGM options, I believe it's because I selected rewind instead of
Yeah, I
loop.
think.
But you know what? I'm okay with hearing the first 4 seconds of Battle Ikaruga music.
Yeah.
That fucking thumping is so good.
Some good solid thumping. The wide attacker.
So it looks like it doesn't count when you destroy a bunch of parts at the same time. It only counts like the one you hit.
Oh, that sucks.
Means you have to be methodical with your pruning.
Alright, yeah, no, it looks like that. So basically, if you want to get extra lives, you gotta start from the outer edge.
Tetrapod wide attack.
Which, you know, is a clever way of handling it, otherwise you'd be able to get a shitload of fucking lives off these
Yeah.
guys.
Yep, there we go. By the way, we don't have any sort of bomb or anything. It's just a shot.
That's all it needs.
Yeah.
Yep, I mean, to be fair, it's not like the bullet patterns are tight enough for a bomb to be needed.
Mm-hmm.
Tetris smashed wide attacker.
Oop.
Ooh, close.
Cut that close.
There.
A wide.
A thumping!
Oop.
Just spreading its legs.
Yeah.
Oop.
Ah. Good effort.
Alright. So yeah, that is live mode, which is another neat way to play the game. Alright, so let me just, I'm just gonna quick take a look at the music. Try a loop, so next time we try it. So I am going to need... Okay. So, Torvo. I suggest you pick either 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 11, or 14.
Let's go with 9.
All right. God, and I don't have the thing that says what it is already, so I have no idea what this is, other than the fact that I might have downloaded it from someplace.
Good.
All right, so let's take a... Okay, let's do... Let me actually take a look at... I could probably do 1 or 2 more of these. So let's take a look. At... 3
You should
ships.
put the boss name in Japanese.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's just do a 5-minute attack. Why would you need a ship extend? Okay. Alright.
Do you guys want to...
Oh, Jesus!
So what is this game mode?
5-minute attack.
I suffered from severe depression and formed a strong bond with character Garfield.
Good music.
What is this?
It's sad.
Good. It's perfect.
I just wish it was louder. Because like I would bet nobody on the stream can hear it.
Probably.
Reading Garfield books obsessively made me feel normal.
Oh, good.
To avoid feeling
Perfect.
like a sicko, I drew pictures of Garfield with a woman's, like Pamela Anderson circa 1991 body, and Garfield.
God damn it.
So that I was assured
I'm so glad that I am the one who picked not music.
this Garfield Pam hybrid still had the same biting wit.
It's a good song.
I mean, I was hoping it would be something else, but this is a pretty good consolation prize.
After sleeping with drawings of a much more handsome and muscular version of myself.
Very naturally, let me, Oh, God.
Still has a woman's body.
I can't adjust it through in-game.
Sex with regular Garfield. I killed off Sonic because I was in rage. I didn't teach Odie to enjoy his companionship and don't mind if he watches.
What the fuck?
Stories are your pretty basic. Balanced with self-loathing rants. I've been doing this.
Yeah, pretty basic stuff.
I've been doing this.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I've been doing this nearly. My girlfriend stumbled across him by accident. I came up and I said,
Oh.
my psychological problem.
I feel like the boss is disgusted with us now.
I didn't think I would ever say this on this podcast, but it's too gross to read out loud.
Okay, first and foremost.
Okay, I think we've kind of gotten the point of this.
Yeah.
Whoop. I guess there isn't a... Close out gracefully. What do we do? Just do a very, very quick custom one. So I will go ahead and pick So this might be a little risky one, but let's do it anyway. Is okay. All right. Replay options. Oh, that was as max as I can go.
Good.
There we go. Finally.
It was inevitable.
Always as it should be.
All right.
This is the song we need.
This is the song of a generation.
I like how this like Central Lobster has suddenly become just our general default themes when we have not when we just truly are hitting.
I mean, this song is also this song is actually somewhat fitting for the game.
I
Yeah, the
know.
name of the song is Final Form. Only slightly worn.
Exactly.
Look, I'm just glad y'all fucking love Sexual Lobster as much as I do.
It's real good. Whoop. Okay, let's. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not.
Sorry,
Let's.
what?
Yep, let's not do any more of that. Apparently, it did not like looping. It's a warning forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the warning is against good taste.
I don't know. It's like,
I'd
this is-
say
I definitely put it up for pink.
yeah, it's for pink, but it's
I kind of say it has to go upper pink because it is just such a fun game to dick around with.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a really solid time waster. It's aged surprisingly well for a fucking freeware game from 2003.
Also, yes, another good point about that. This game is free, like completely free,
Yeah. I would put it above Source Striker.
and you don't even have to patch it anymore.
Nice.
So, yeah,
No, I feel Sorcerer Striker is better, but I'd say it's probably better than Twinkle Star Sprites personally.
Yeah.
I would say Twinkle Star Sprites. Yeah.
Alright.
And obviously we'll not be ranking the soundtrack because basically it is infinite. It is both the final and the last place, or the first and last place in the soundtrack because you can make it whatever the hell you want.
The alpha and
And
the
I'm
omega.
the man I am today.
It could be, for example, whatever this one. Oh. It could, for example, have been this.
Haven't seen the sun in 3 years. My skin has turned gray.
You should have gotten
It could have been that.
Oh!
It could have also, by any chance, been this.
good.
Consequences.
Could have been that.
Yes.
It could have been this.
This is a nice stick. I like.
Oh my god. That did
Let me
be the-
smash. Please.
That was number 11,
No
by the way.
Fuck.
It could have been this. It could have been that, and I'm going to close that down immediately. It could have been this.
No! Be gone from this place!
Also, the other Sexual Lobster songs I had were Cheap Meds and Passion of the Man Whore.
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Hey.
It was Higgiware. That's PC in 2003. And like I said, there is no soundtrack, so we won't rank the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So, on to a very much a new game. This actually just came out Tuesday. Kind of. Because this is actually a re-release of a game that came out in 2007, I believe.
Which game is this?
This is Super Hydorah.
I think that was it. Let me check.
Also, did it just go full screen? Okay, there we go. I think.
Super.
There we go. Whoop. Nice. Also, this is a windowed game that doesn't act like a windowed game, which is great.
This intro is like Hydorah.
Yes.
I hope they have the voice acting this time still.
They do.
Good.
So I just want to make sure.
Hydorah.
So yeah, this is Super Hydorah.
2010.
Okay, 2010. So yeah, Hydorah was originally a game came out in 2010, developed by Locomolito, which another one of their big releases, which this Emulate Studios also made a re-release of, called Maldita Castilla, which has now been called, I think if you're going to try and find it, it's Cursed Castle. Basically, it is he's a Spanish developer that tends to work solo, at least for the actual development. But Greiser87 is named the person who does the music, usually.
Yeah, Locomolito is Spanish developer, does most of his own shit, and he has a general policy of keeping everything free.
Yes.
Like, any of his little projects are free because he prefers it that way.
Yes. So the original version of Maldita Castilla, I believe other games he has is Curse of Isios, which is like a Castlevania meets Greek mythology, and also game that is, the name is in French, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's a send up to the ZX Spectrum games. But yeah, they're very much retro games.
He's actually done a bunch of stuff is the thing.
Yeah. And it is almost all free, except for the remake that Emulate Studios did of this, Super Hydorah, and Maldita Castilla EX, which I Cursed Castle EX. So yeah, this came out Tuesday, I believe. It is basically the full game of Hydorah, but with more levels. So I'm just going to go ahead and start a new game because I did not get very far to begin with.
Delta lands. An eruption force has been detected in this sector. Engage.
Okay, ready to rock, Colonel.
Unit 87, take off.
All right.
That is different.
So yeah,
no, it was just...
this game is meant to be a send up to Gradius and other arcade shmups.
But especially Gradius.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It will reference a bunch. One of the big ones being like R-Type.
Yeah. So let's see. Mechanics are pretty straightforward. Green pickups. Basically, you've seen that bar at the bottom left. That is, if I fill it up, my shot will be better. I believe it goes up to 10. Also, the pickups I picked up earlier, there will be rare, well not rare, but not as often, these little pickups that can give you either a power weapon, let's see, oh, like right there. So it's either a shield, which it's currently on, a power weapon, which I picked up, or a speed up. But your speed is pretty good to begin with, so it's not, I just get... shield.
I mean, I wouldn't call this a sprite rip-off. Sprite rip.
Also, by the way, this first boss is basically the Crystal Core from Gradius. Also, one thing I kind of dislike about the shield pickup, it is one hit.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, that one took...
get
that one actually just took up. Yeah. So there.
Because this is a love letter to like old school shmups, it also has a lot of the failings without really learning from them.
Yes, so kind of like in a way of Axley, you have a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, and a power weapon.
This is music so fucking good.
It is. It is also PX Stone.
What was it?
I was asking if this PX Stone.
I don't know. Probably not. Well, I think this predates because this is the music from Hydorah.
Okay.
So this would have predated PX Stone, which I actually forgot they did. So now that
for Cave Story though, how old is Cave Story?
Cave Story is like 2004, I believe. Cave Story is in that era of Dojin.
Yeah, but like Pigstone is the sound engine for Cave Story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it or is it the remake that you're thinking of?
I thought it was for the original. It might be both. I don't know, man.
I'm just trying to figure out what like kind of video game generation this reminds me of. It just like reminds me a lot of
what this soundtrack reminds me of is Grady Skyden.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like from music I've heard in games, this just reminds me a lot of like early generation PSX era.
Yes, very much. Which is interesting because of how Maldita Casilla soundtrack was done on an actual, I believe it was YM2203, I believe is the name, but basically the exact same sound chip that Ghosts and Goblins was.
Good.
Which is the game that it was meant to be a send up to. Also, these enemies suck.
Yeah.
You see that little tiny green blip?
Oh, that's really rude.
Awful.
Like right there.
I mean, they're at least a little bit noticeable because they are moving.
They're a little bit noticeable, but when you're trying to focus on other stuff, it is really annoying.
I know, it's definitely a lot easier to spot when you're not in the driver's seat.
Because usually when I'm playing this level, I will die one time to those things, or the second time you see those things, solely because I didn't see them.
Like, this is really neat, but just... I'm dreading when you die, effectively.
That will probably be shortly, because we're about to get to the boss.
Also, I am loving the soundtrack, but I also have a horrible weakness for, like, what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's the boss. Okay, so this is fairly manageable, at least right here. My main issue with this boss is not going to come up until I destroy this head part.
Shit, you know what reminds me of TurboGrafx?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Turbo CD, yeah, that definitely. Okay, this part of the fight. Look at this attack.
Oh.
You see how it's arcing?
Yeah.
You see how it's arcing off the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Guess how many times I've died because a bullet arced off the screen and I'm not doing geometry with all those bullets in my head. Also, that would have been bad enough, except for the fact that there's also this turret that's also shooting at me constantly.
Also, don't forget that the bullet patterns are random for the...
Yes, they are random, because they weren't nearly as brutal as I have seen them be. Also, I'm sure that one of those would have killed me.
This is very much like TurboGrafx is the kind of thing about it.
Yeah, this does start kind of remind me of, like
Okay, so now we actually have a choice. We can go to Forgotten Lab or Orbital Tree.
And the choice actually makes a difference. I'd say go to the Forgotten Labs.
Whoop. Let's see.
Why
So
does
now
it
we can
matter?
pick. We can now pick between Railgun and Wide Shot. I'm actually going to stick Railgun because I believe that it will do more damage. Because I don't like the way that Wide Shot works.
So basically, this game has multiple endings, and like Maldia Castilla, it takes some bullshit that you can only learn about by reading. And in this
Yeah.
one's based on the path you take in certain things you do.
Of course.
Also, these things, by the way, you cannot destroy, and eventually they're going to screw me over.
Because
look.
I think it's less complete bullshit than Maldia Castilla's best ending route thing, but it takes more trial and error.
Yes. Do you like these
Dreadful.
things? So these things are going to eventually shoot at me. I don't know when. Oh, like right now.
Fucking Christ, no.
Oh, also this had a sub boss that I have major problems with.
Locomolito has a history though of being kind of wonky with difficulty.
Yes.
This really feels like to me this is the kind of difficulty of he's played this he's balancing it himself versus.
This is from the perspective of someone who's very familiar with and good at shmups.
Yeah.
So, this sub boss. See if you can immediately spot what the problem is.
Everything.
Oh God.
How do you like pattern memorization?
Oh no. And you can't shoot backwards, of course, because we gotta be bound. We're really bound to our sacred cows.
Yep. Okay, so this not quite nearly as bad.
You're doing well.
Oh, that was the end boss.
Turiwall.
Let's take a look at Orbital Tree. So that's a power weapon.
Oh, we can go back and forth.
Okay, that's right. One of the things about this game is if you died too many times or got too many continues, it would lock you out of the best ending.
Yep. Very much a Locomolito staple.
Also, if you took too long getting to the ending, I think.
Like, I like a lot of the visual design of this game, but it's just the kind of bullshit it's pulling off is.
Yeah, it has like all the call signs of Locomolito, for better or worse.
And I am magically not dying.
Yeah. You're doing very well.
Yeah, I can tell you this. When I was just playing this game like by myself, I was not doing this well.
That's probably because you weren't familiar with the game when you were doing it.
Probably.
Now that
Which
you're
is kind of the issue.
Yeah, now that you're aware this game's bullshit,
It's the reverse giant bomb quick look syndrome.
Well, no, it's a case of you need to know the game's bullshit to actually properly counter it, but if you don't, you can't really take care of it on your first attempt.
Yeah.
This is a really good track right here.
Yes.
Like, it's kind of disappointing to me that it's so bullshit, that this game kind of has that kind of bullshit, because I know that I would
What is it?
dead so many
That's why is it doing that? I kind of have an issue with the fact that this seems to be a lot of management of stuff that is not, like, doesn't feel good.
Because, like, in theory, that was a cool idea for a boss.
I mean, part of my problem is more the fact that it's the sheer amount of randomness in a thing that should be about patterns. Yeah, go for deep space.
Twin
There,
missiles.
I mean,
You
simultaneous.
get what I mean?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I need to actually start. Oh,
It's like an almost unfortunate number of enemies seem to have like random patterns.
Level.
And did you actually have like the smaller hitbox in the original?
I don't know, because that's another thing that this does, which I haven't actually shown off, which is
So
the
this
fact
guy's a reference, I'm pretty sure.
probably.
It's Bosco.
So yeah, this isn't a your hitbox isn't like the size of your thing. Great, thanks.
Yeah, side path. Do it.
Side path, side path. So what were you gonna say?
I forgot.
that.
Oh, gee, uh-oh.
It's like you can like I know the crystals in the background, but that could seriously throw someone off the way that they're
Yeah.
like. Oh, you see?
Okay.
Even
Yeah,
if
but
they're
there's a
like
distinct
bright-
color.
They're much brighter.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Crystal Moa head.
Yeah.
The crystal stage that everyone loves in Gradius.
Exactly.
That no one ever. Because Gradius, the crystal stages in Gradius, except for the one in Gaiden, are crap.
Loco Molito clearly said, I love this gimmick, let's put it in my own game. I mean, at least he has the good, you know, sense to put it as an optional side path.
Yes.
Yeah.
But once again, it's a love letter to Gradius, but the problem is it doesn't know where to cut the shit.
The whole thing.
Like, even this music has a little bit of the Moai stage.
Wait, you're gonna talk
flavor
about
to
the hitbox, that's it.
Oh, the hitbox. Yeah, they're making a big deal about the fact that the hitbox in this game is halfway between the pixel size of modern shmups and the What are you expecting me to do? What? Stop getting close. Getting too close.
Oh, this is. Are we supposed to threat? We should. Oh, we're gonna be playing Tron.
Damn. Oh, also, if you take a look at the bottom, I lost a speed and also part of my thing, so I'm now weaker.
Of course.
And with no way to get it back because
bosses don't do that in this game. God damn it. And also, it puts you right here, so there is literally no way.
Yeah, so you think I learned from Gradius, because one of the big things about the Gradius games is at least many of them gave you the capacity to get some power-ups.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that, like, if you, like, it was something that I learned, like, playing, actually, Castlevania Bloodlines, like, doing that race. It was nice, like, oh, it puts you right at the thing before the boss, except it doesn't give you enough time to get power-ups. But playing Castlevania Chronicles, like, it puts you a pretty good distance away from the boss, but that gives you at least chance to, like, you'll be fully powered up, you'll have a sub-weapon, you'll have a decent amount of ammo with it. Also, I'm boned.
Jesus.
yeah, no, this is not good. Not cool at all.
I'm so sorry, Lola.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you were looking forward to this a lot.
Yeah, and here's the thing about this. Because I was thinking when I saw that they're making when they were making a new version of Hype. So here's the thing. Here's what happens when you continue. Score lost, and we go back here.
Once again, that continuous use thing is very important, though, because that is straight up affecting your ending.
Because also, if you take a look, I no longer have a rank.
Yeah, that's... Ew.
So, yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, that
At least
is...
you keep your weapons, God.
So, yes, you keep your progress, but also we don't have our meters being completely drained. So I need to get 10 power-ups for each of those in order to fully get powered up again.
Yep. Mina, I recommend you don't go back to Rubina.
Let's try Vermin Nest.
Vermintide.
Actually, what's the name of this?
Vermin Nest. But here's like that was the thing. So I was saying earlier, Super Hydorah. When they first announced it, I'm like, oh, it'll give me a new chance to play Hydorah. But the weird thing is, I remember there being something about it that I didn't like, and now I remember what it was that I didn't like about it. It felt, it had a lot of bullshit attached to it. Is essentially the thing. Like Jesus, oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, like, look at how busy this is, and they were saying how, like, not having the pixel was a good thing.
Yeah, because they wanted to have, like, it be... But when we get to the ranking, I have a feeling that I'll have... I've been thinking about this going up to this episode, especially about this, because I will mention it when I get there, when we get to actual ranking.
Because, like, even later Gradius games do
yes.
if you have the pixel.
Yes. Like, say, for example, Gradius 5.
Which is fucking good.
Yes. Unfortunately, we have to get through 4 to get to 5.
And it has the best ship.
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
Lord British.
Gradius 5 doesn't have Lord British.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. It's the second player.
Or... Oh yeah, because it had simultaneous. Yeah, it had the thing that I couldn't show off in Gradius Guide In, which is that it had 2-player simultaneous, which actually might have helped that boss that I got stuck at. But yeah, like the shield, for example, only takes 1 hit, which is bonkers because even Darius, like think of like even the most brutal of shmups of the era, had your shield take multiple hits. And every time you got a power-up, it replenished. Whereas this, you get 1 hit and that's it. You cannot stack.
Holy shit.
Also, it is an absolute chore to upgrade your main shot.
Yes. Which, like, just to compare it also to Darius. So Darius had a brutal way of doing your weapon, where you had to get 6 power-ups in order to upgrade your weapon to a tier. The thing is, once your weapon got upgraded to that whatever the next tier was, it stayed there. Whereas this, there is no way to keep it at the max. If you like die, you will lose your effectiveness. And also the thing is, if they made it so that you lost energy or whatever the thing is at the end of it, that would be fine. If it weren't for the fact that in order to, it is either at no power or full power.
Yep.
And if you lose it any at all, you if you lose any at all,
you're back.
You're boned. And if you're at a boss, you can't get it back up.
Yep.
Which also I'm curious about something.
Like,
by the way, because I didn't continue, because I didn't hit the continue button, I have to start a new game.
The fuck?
If memory serves, it also gives you a limited number of saves.
Yeah, you only get 1. You get 1.
You can earn another.
Oh, that's what. Oh, yeah, because okay, so that's what I saw. Was that there was an extra save, which is dumb.
Yeah, you're on like 1 or 2.
Yeah, so I think that's enough Super Hydorah for now. Which
It commits the sin of expecting far too much of the player.
So, yeah, here's the thing that I feel about Super Hydorah. And I'm going to say this with an anecdote to a different game, which was a lot worse than this one. So there was a game a while back. Well, I think this was like 4 or 5 years ago. Some Kickstarter company, like any company, was going to be making a. So I like the game Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3, Raven Shield. Mm-hmm. And after that point, Rainbow Six became this weird franchise that they lost it. Like Rainbow Six's prior to the 3 and prior were like these tactical shooters, which I really enjoyed. And they made it like they started making more actiony and all that. So there was this company that was trying to make a quote unquote tactical shooter again, like that. It's a game called Takedown Red Saber. And you would see screenshots of it, and you would like, oh, this is going to be like it's like a new, like some modern, like things in it, like aiming, like you actually aim down sights of the guns, and there's some other mechanics in there. They make it more closer to an actual modern day game, but with like the way it played of the old games. So the game came out. There were 2 things wrong with it. One, it wasn't well developed. But it also, when playing it, like, oh, this is going to be like a new version of Rainbow Six 3. And then you play it, it's like, oh, this plays like Rainbow Six 3. Like, it felt like a total conversion mod of Rainbow Six 3. Like, and that's kind of how I feel about Hydorah. Hydorah feels like those old games. The problem with it is, it feels like those old games, of which there's umpteen million of them. So, like...
I mean, how many of them have we ranked so far?
I mean, like, we can take a look. We've ranked, I believe, 132 of them so far.
Also, it's interesting that it didn't learn anything from the franchise it was aping.
Yeah, which is the thing. Like, it wanted to be... It emulated it to the point of failure. Well, maybe not failure, but it emulated to the point of screwing itself over.
It's so perfect of an emulation that it has all the glaring flaws magnified.
Yeah.
Not just the glaring flaws, though. It doesn't have, like, its strengths is the issue.
That too.
Because that is one thing that I do feel hurts this game, is like there's nothing really exciting about it. It feels like not, because it's like
the
if they had
halfway point of the hitbox is, I think, one of the worst parts, honestly.
Which that's just another thing. Like that would have been fine if they actually like did something well with it. Because the thing is like if you think about Gradius, like if it had like the interesting power-up system, like where you build up power, which I mean that kind of screws it over in certain places, but they could have worked around that. This just feels bleh. Like there's no real gimmick to it. Like if you think of like I was comparing it, game. Like I was comparing it to like some of these games, like up in here.
Yep.
So take like Zexx. Zexx came. Yep. It's 1991. It's a horizontal shooter like Gradius and like that. But the thing is, it actually had like development going towards it that actually made it feel interesting and like good. Like I'm trying to think of like Salamander 2, for example, is one that this game kind of reminds me of. Like it is just a competent game. Like but it has like stuff going for it. This is just
so, like
it just doesn't have anything going for it.
Yeah, basically the way I see it is like if they had expounded on the weapon system they have, which is really fucking neat, they could have done something more. But the problem is they're so busy aping while at the same time trying not to innovate that they just kind of got left in the dust. Because the game itself, like the actual gameplay, because of it just having the 2 tiers of weapon power and all that mess, it just ends up being really bland because there's no real point in powering up because it's not that huge of a difference.
Yeah.
And once again, they didn't do as much with the varied weapons as they could have. Hell, you could have had all of them at one time, or they could have cut down the number of weapons by like half and just given them to you all at the same time.
Yeah, and done something like say,
scenario.
yeah, like an Axley or a Radiant Silvergun scenario where you had some sort of tactical advantage to use certain weapons at a certain time. Or I'm just trying to think.
You could just go play Hydorah.
Well, the thing is that even Hydorah has this. This is Hydorah, but with more levels. True. The problems with Hydorah isn't of Super Hydorah; it is of Hydorah itself.
True.
Yeah, like the other issue I have is once again going back to the weapon system and the upgrade system in general is there are no upgrades. There's only a little bit of speed, a mediocre shield, and one other rank of power.
Which, by the way, one thing that I didn't mention about the power weapons: when you pick a power up, you get one charge of it. So it has the problem where it's like, oh, I get one. Well, when am I going to use it?
And once again, don't forget you need to choose between the power weapon or speed or whatever else.
Yeah, and also they don't give you nearly enough of those power ups in a stage because it's usually like there maybe 3. I think I saw in most in one stage.
He expects you not to die.
And also, like I was saying, once I saw, as I said earlier, the whole thing with the shield is it's just ludicrous. Because, and it just reminds me of something that there was a game like the 101 or 1001 Spikes. There was one of the things about that was it was hard like the original games, and there was after you beat the first stage, you go into this empty area and you see a rat on the floor, and it mentions oh, it's weird to think about in older games some games didn't have checkpoints. Except I remember the exact thought I saw when I said that. I'm like, yeah, there were certain games. We put them back on the shelf because they sucked.
Yeah.
Which once again goes back to the point of part of the problem is it feels like he's aping the games as he remembers them and not as they were. Because a lot of them had very solid improvements on fucking Hydorah's formula.
Yeah.
Even going back to Gradius, the Gradius games are a lot more forgiving.
Because at some point, also I'm thinking we haven't ranked them yet, but I'm just thinking of Parodius, because how they did it. Because I'm thinking of the live system in this game. You think of Maldita, comparing it to Maldita Castilla. You had a live system in that game, and they actually, I felt, did something neat. That, it didn't feel as bad in Maldita Castilla. When you died, you went back to a checkpoint, even if it was off a continue. And the fact that you had to beat it within a certain amount of continues, it gave you the incentive to play the game, to try and learn the game, so that you can beat it with the best ending. Which there's something to say about that. If you're doing the arcade experience that way. In this game, it just doesn't feel as good because whenever you lose a life, you go back to, I believe you either go to.
It looks like the start.
You go to the start. You go to a transition to a new stage or the boss. But then once you lose those lives, you're back to the beginning of whatever you were doing.
Yeah, it just seems like.
And I mean that crystal boss. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It reminds me of something I said during Sine Mora, actually, which is it's very nice when a game wants you to play it, and this doesn't.
Yeah.
It gives you a set number of saves that you either have or can earn over the course of the fucking game.
Because
and it is a very finite number.
Because take a look at some of these games. Just take a look at the top 20 and just those games, and look at how old some of these are. Fantasy Zone, Fantasy Zone's a unique case. But think of Axley, think of the Rising games, think of, say, Gunnak.
Sorcerer Striker's 93.
Yeah, and think of UN Squadron, for example. Another horizontal
89.
shmup. Radius Gaiden, for example. That had some problems with it, but it was still... They kind of learned from what the older Gradius games. Didn't learn completely, but it was. But still, I'm just trying. Yeah.
Section Z.
Yeah, Section Z. Yeah, like Section Z, for example. The
Speed Rumbler.
Even the arcade version. Think of the arcade version. Had some neat stuff with it. and that was 85. Like, I felt that had more mechanics in it than Hydorah does. Like, I really cannot think of any reason why I, like, because I was thinking, I'm like, okay, where am I going to put in the list? I'm like, which one of these would I rather play Hydorah over than whatever it is?
And none of them.
Because
That
I'm
actually
thinking,
reminds me of another thing, is the game sacrifices utility for the sake of sheer numbers, because there's a lot of different weapon upgrades, but you saw what you were using the entire time.
yeah. And I watched a video actually of the original Hydorah to see, to make sure that this was in fact an upgraded version of it, and it did seem like it. And some of the weapons you get later on are just straight up better. And it's like, why would you use some of these older ones? Which, I mean, fine. I can see why you would have an upgraded thing,
why not just have a power-up system?
Yeah, it's like,
you increase the damage of your gun or whatever instead of having
like
a better gun.
Like Axley, for example, has no power-up system, but there's the weapons. You have a reason to use each of the weapons, and it just feels kind of like lazy to the point of like. And also just thinking like one of the weapons you get later on is straight up the Gradius laser.
Actually, that reminds me of and the Gradius laser is fucking amazing in this game.
Yeah.
But that reminds me of actually another thing, is like, you're never going to use most of these weapons. Like, even if you were trying your best to vary it up with each stage, you're never going to use most of these weapons because you have no reason to. Like, you're going to find something you're comfortable with and stick with it, and then this variety is there for no reason, because some of them are just either straight up better or worse than what you've already got.
Yeah.
I mean, Lolo, what did you say? That you don't really like the fucking spread shot? So you just kept with the railgun.
Yeah, because I kept with the railgun because the thing is the when the wide shot, like when you fully upgrade it, it does a 3-way shot, which is fine. But when you don't have it fully upgraded, it shoots two shots in 45-degree directions, and it's probably a weaker shot because you shoot 2 of them.
That's really bad.
That's fucking garbage. And once again, you can't swap on the fly. You can only do it outside of a stage.
Yeah.
Which you can only get outside of a stage by either game overing or beating a stage.
And also, like for example, like the power weapon, it's like, I'll pick this. I'm never going to use it because I'm never going to have one. Because why would I pick a power weapon over a shield or a speed up? And it just kind of, like what I was saying earlier, and one thing that I was thinking, I'm like, which one of these games would I rather play Hydorah over this? And I'm like, it's going down. I'd rather play Gunsmoke. I'd rather play Terra
You can play any of these games, honestly, over, except for like some of the most appallingly bad ones.
Like
Deadly Towers.
Like Stinger, maybe. Devious, maybe. Like I don't quite feel like there was some polish
Steel
in it.
Empire is like the absolute lowest I would, lowest I would rank it, and maybe
because like there is some thought put into it. It's not an abysmal game like say King's Knight or like Baraduke 2 or like Cloudmaster.
Choan Nikki.
But it's not good. Like they made
anything interesting.
It's like if you think about like say someone like when Battle Kid came, there was a game, someone made a new NES game called Battle Kid. So it's like a weird thing. It's like, I got a new NES game. Where am I going to put it in? Like I have something new to think about with all my other NES games. Whereas Hydorah basically is like, I have a new shmup. Let me put it right in the middle of everything else. So it can just join the pile of forgotten shmups that no one really cares about.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it doesn't feel good. Like it was designed to be not great.
It's also great because give me 1 second.
Die-hard people really like it.
Yeah, no, it's also great because the game has secret stuff like Maldea Castilla. And you
But
actually
no
get
one
a
to get
pretty
with.
neat thing for getting all of them and beating the game.
What is
What
the
do you
thing
get
you
for
get?
beating all of them?
You start the game with every weapon unlocked, and each fucking one area gets you a new save.
So it's basically the way that the game should have been.
Essentially.
Well, maybe not to the extent, but it basically also, yeah, because like the one save thing is stupid. Like there is no reason outside of archaic bullshit to have the one save.
The die-hard community likes it.
I'm sure they do.
Raw.
Meanwhile, human beings can play any other shmup that they want, and they can have fun playing any other shmup than Hydorah.
Just have fun. Do something nice for yourself.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I'll give it
Play
credit
something
for being.
relaxing. Play some Kirby.
I will play like. Well, I'll give you a hint. We're going to be playing something much better after this, but just to get the point across. Like this, like there's some fine things built into it. Like it has a good some of the things make sense. It has a good soundtrack.
It's got good art.
I mean, some of the things kind of make sense. It was neat seeing the art is good. The problem is that the game is such bare bones, like average, like even worse than average sometimes. That it just thinking of like how Maldita Castillo was such a good game. Like seeing this recreate, and the fact that it didn't adapt any of like this is a new version of Hydorah. And they could have gone and made several changes to the game to make it a much, like they intentionally meant, like they had a chance to go back and say, maybe we shouldn't do this now. Or to give you the option maybe to not have, maybe have a smaller
really
pickups.
Proud about having varying pitch for the shots.
Yes. But I'm like, if you're going to go to that effort to like, and not change it at all, if you're putting it at the same level as every other game, like every game in MAME, every shmup in MAME, in games like on the Super Nintendo and Mega Drive, if you're putting yourself up against those, why would I play this when I can play any of those other games?
Yeah.
And that's something that it's something that irritates me as someone who plays a lot of older games, seeing new people try and make older style games. Like, you can't go and make an older game. I mean, you can. But the thing is, you have to adapt. Think of like Shovel Knight. Think of like Blaster Master Zero for some of the changes that it did. Like, it was Blaster Master, but they adapted, like they thought about it and made changes that adapted it to a modern, like, it's just, I've seen several
Mania.
Because like Sonic Mania, they adapted it to a
Wonder
modern.
Boy.
Yes, Wonder Boy 3 doesn't count because that is literally Wonder Boy 3.
True.
They just put a really nice paint.
True.
Like you can literally flop it back and
really,
forth.
really good paint job though for it.
Yes.
True.
Like think of like Shovel Knight. Think of like and like compare that to like say 1001 Spike. Think of La Mulana, for example. Yeah. Like even the original, not the remake. Like it was meant to be like an MSX style game. A brutal one.
It was an MSX love letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they made changes to make it good.
Yeah.
Even he knows where to cut off.
Yeah. And that game was such a love letter to the absolute bullshit hard difficulty of MSX games. But he still knew when to actually make things, sane. And when they did,
quite completable.
Yes.
People don't have the patience or the time to put up with that kind of bullshit anymore.
And also, when they did the remake, they changed some of the older stuff. They made it play different. They made it play like good. I mean, granted, they also took away the MSX references that were fun, but I don't think you could have gotten away with that. you would have had to do a lot of creative naming.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like the original Hell Temple, one of the bosses was straight up the big boss.
Also, the whole thing where the prize of the Hell Temple was straight up a reference to Dragon Quest II.
Or that you could actually play MSX games on the reader.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah. Well, that was GR3, which was a different thing, because that was an original game.
Yeah. Either way. But
yeah.
still, the other fun thing about Hydorah is that to get the good ending, not the best ending, which I'm pretty sure requires all the secrets. To get the good ending, you need to destroy every Hydorah seed.
What is a Hydorah seed?
They're found throughout the levels, and you shoot them and destroy them. Not every level has one. There's a handful throughout the game.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up a proper guide for it, but I can't find anything that isn't video, and I don't feel like watching a fucking video.
Yeah, so why don't we go ahead? Let's see. Why don't we actually stop ranting and actually rank this thing?
Yeah.
I'm saying it goes below Troubleshooter. I'd almost rather play Laser Blast over it. Acrobatics is just not a good game, but
it's better than Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that's not hard though. Like,
I'd rather play over Steel Empire. That's where I sit.
My problem here is that they have so much shmup history to learn from, and they didn't, and that makes it arguably worse than a lot of other things.
There is something to be said about if... Like, I don't know if this expression makes sense, but, like, if you take in a random dog or, like, a random animal from the street and it soils on your carpet, that's kind of your fault. But if you train a dog, you point out, you do the training, and then it does it, it's a lot more disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So yeah, my personal thing, like, I just really do not like Abotics because I think it's just not a good game.
Yeah.
And there's craft, but it's to what end? I don't feel comfortable saying below Abotics.
Like I said, Steel Empire was just so dreadful.
Yeah.
Like Hydorah, I could at least play.
I'd put it beneath Darius.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with
Steel
that.
Empire and Darius would be a good place for it.
Which, I mean, would be a bit of insult to injury as well, but you know.
Yeah, but
it's one of his inspirations as Darius.
Yeah. The thing is, Darius, like, the original brutal version of Darius was more forgiving than this game is. And also, it's not a typo game. Whoops.
Influences the entire horizontal shmup genre. Gradius, R-Type, Darius, Turrican, and not so popular classics like Enforcer, Space Manbow, Hellfire, X-Multiply, Guardian, Hydophos, Armalite, and many, many.
That reminds me, I haven't done X Multiply. I'm going to have to do that soon.
Think of Hydorah as a bastard son of the classics. It has the genes, but it's not a clone of one or another. It's a lot of original content that I hope you can appreciate.
It's just a bastard.
Insert Metal Gear, insert Liquid Snake failing biology forever here.
Yeah.
God, I'm just going to say one thing about the thing they list of references. You can tell it's a European developer when they put Turrican on the list.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should rank the soundtrack.
It's good.
It's good.
I listened to Monolith over it. So it's definitely not number one.
Yeah, it's definitely not number one, but
I'd put it in top 5.
I'd say it's better than Battle Ikaruga personally. Possibly even better than Musha.
Yeah, because it's like
it's probably better than Shoaniki.
Yeah, I will fight.
I got it up there because that's a shitpost on my part.
Yeah, I will bring down, but also Tarpon, is it better than Radiant Silvergun?
You whore!
I knew that was coming.
I mean, if you really want that, we can evaluate that at a different point. If someone
no, we're going with this. We're going with this, Lolo.
Ah, I forgot to open up the stream to get the points.
Joke's on you. You can't click on Lemez's ass if you don't watch the stream.
Oh well, I'll do that another time. It's too late at this point.
One day I'll actually
Carmen will
open that
just say
stream and
a
click
picture of
Lemez's
Lemez's
ass.
ass.
This is my ass. It was made for me.
Because yeah, if you have enough points, by the way, if I did not mention it, which I probably should have earlier, if you watch the stream on Twitch and you go into the little menu, one of the things, actually two of the things that regards to this series that you can do, you can always request a shmup that doesn't require money, but if you go through the fun bucks, I would definitely pretty much be required to do it at some point. But also one thing you can do is invalidate a shmup's ranking, which means that I will be basically take it off the list and then in a later episode re-rank it. So if you want me to think like in comparison to games I've played after.
Or if you're an asshole and want us to do Super Hydra again.
I do. By the way, before I say that, I do have stipulations. I can deny any of these things at any time.
You have veto privileges, yeah.
Okay.
That's just really stupid to vote up something bad just because you think it'd be fun to have Lolo play it.
Yes.
Again,
the whole point of it is if you feel there's an actual discrepancy in the numbers. And
which also, I am not doing Super Hydorah again because, I'll just give you a hint. There's a reason why I didn't want to play it that long because I want to keep it under 2 hours.
I mean, how long did we just rant about it also?
Yeah.
No, it's so he can refund it, you dipshit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. Which also I didn't mention, it is also available, I believe, on Xbox One and actually, I think it's only Xbox One. It might be a PS4 version. I'm not entirely certain.
It doesn't
I'm pretty sure it's
matter.
on
Xbox. So the console that doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I was looking at GameFAQs. It said only PC and Xbox.
Disgusting.
Okay.
Need a Switch version.
No, I'm not gonna get it.
No, they
It's
just
a good game.
Super Hydorah plus Splatoon.
All right. Oh. Okay. So, now I was originally going to do 3 games, but I think we need a good game to clean our palate.
There you go.
Yeah, getting done with that bullshit. Why don't we actually go into something that I know for a fact we ranked higher. Also, something that actually has a windowed mode that makes sense.
What is the windowed mode like?
Oh, by the way, if I didn't mention Hydorah mode, the windowed mode is actually a full screen mode because if you click out the window, it stops it.
Neat.
Why do I pop this up? Lord Tyrion, you just missed me ranting about a game for 45 goddamn minutes.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Was it really 45 minutes? Shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's now 10:09. Holy shit.
So yeah.
It was the opposite of yesterday, effectively.
Oh, also I didn't pull this up, so it's looking a little weird on the
We don't mention yesterday Carnival.
Yeah. Hold on, I need to adjust
Carpet,
something.
Are you staying hydrated?
I currently have 3 glasses of water next to me, so yeah.
Good.
Let me just adjust.
It's important to drink water, kids.
Okay, excuse me while I have to adjust this window again. So this game, once it actually comes up, where's the window? Oh, there it is. this is... I'm surprised it's also not making noise. Maybe I gotta actually click in. Do this. And then... I'm just gonna start deleting stuff until...
It's a bit screwy on the side stream.
Oh, it's a bit screwy on the actual stream. Because I forgot to set up the window for this. Also, I don't know which window it is actually... or which scene it is supposed to... Not that one. That one. That one. It's showing up on the stream. I just don't know how. Alright.
Minor tech issues.
Yeah, minor tech issues. Let me get some music.
Careless whispers.
No, it's not going to be Careless Whisper. How about...
I just sent you a DM to show you what's on my end, at least.
Oh, I can fully see it. It's going to be... Yeah, I'm seeing that on my end, too.
Also,
Everyone's seeing that. Why don't we just listen to this? To celebrate the release of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
There we go.
Okay, so it's upper. Nope. Not that. Not that. Ah! Found you. Oh god, what did I just move? Okay. Go back to the title screen.
Burn everything down.
Okay. This
Set fire to the sun.
is... Go back to the thing because apparently the...
I believe in you, Lola.
One more time. There we go. Treasure video game. This is Ikaruga.
This is the sequel to Radiant Silvergun.
Yes. Yeah. So, sequel to Radiant Silvergun. The game plays a little bit differently, and by a little bit I mean a lot bit. It's a pretty basic game gameplay wise. You have one attack, well, technically two attacks. You have a basic straight shot, and you have a charge attack. Thing is, enemies also have technically two attacks. They can shoot light missiles or dark missiles. Your ship has a polarity. You either are light or dark. You can absorb bullets matching your own polarity, and you will die if you touch one of the other polarity. Let's actually get into the game to find out. There is also no leveling up like Radiant Silvergun. It's just you play the game.
Yeah, it's very much they took Radiant Silvergun and stripped it of much of its complexities and left us with this, which works very well. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Its music is fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So see how also, it does have a chaining system similar to Radiant Silvergun. In fact, I think you can actually make it the Radiant Silvergun chaining system. So right now I have it so that light enemies will shoot bullets back at me.
Alas, Ikaruga is going.
So the basic premise of this game is that an evil empire found the stone-like object and are using it as a source of power to fuel their armada and take over places. Your character was a ship fighter against them until he got shot down, stranded in a village. And this strange village.
That's wrong button.
This village. This is all actual stuff, mind you. This village beneath helped him and nursed him back to health. And beneath the village, he found a ship called the Ikaruga, which is able to focus both light and dark energy, which plays into a theme of this game.
By the way, one thing to note, there is a slight bit of elemental weaknesses to this, so if you attack a dark enemy with light bullets, you'll do more damage.
Yep.
And vice versa.
Yes.
It's a neat way of incentivizing switching elements and not just playing it safe.
Also, it allows you to do a lot of bullet hell style things. Very pretty bullet patterns, but something you can actually deal with because if you actually select. By the way, there's also there's actually a what is the? Okay, it's trigger. Okay. You can see the status of my charge beam at the bottom left. Also, by the way, this music is really good.
Yeah.
Specifically this music.
I wonder if we're gonna hit my favorite stage theme.
So I'm guessing you attack the colored bits will do the damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And once again, light and dark are a yin and yang kind of thing. That's important to remember. If you forget all shit about the plot.
So there's actually a special kind of pseudo challenge run thing you can do, or that a lot of people do, which is basically you can play the entire game without shooting a single shot, and only using your charge attack. You actually get a special rank for doing so.
Neat.
Called Bot Eater.
Yeah, it sounds like a very treasure thing to do.
Yeah.
And once again, it allows for homing shots like this to go on.
Yeah. It also this feels like it's a lot more playable for an average person compared to Green Silvergun.
I mean, to be fair, this got console releases.
So when this game first came out, this was actually a Dreamcast game in Japan. The first place that we got a chance to play it was on the GameCube.
Yeah.
The GameCube release, when it originally came out, was notorious for being incredibly expensive. Not quite as much as Radiant Silvergun, but it was very much a high-priced game.
Yeah, but thankfully later on it released on the Xbox Live Arcade, which is where a lot of people experienced it.
Yes, the Xbox Live Arcade release did two good things. One, it let you play it on a new platform with these enhancements that you're seeing, like this menu and all that. Two, the added benefit of it is that it actually lowered the price of the GameCube release. So that was a lot more available to get.
And now it's on Steam.
So yeah, it's kind of neat in that this initially came out actually not on the Dreamcast. It was initially
arcade. It was an arcade game. Yes.
Okay, no, it's better than that though. It was in the arcades in 2001. It came out on Dreamcast 2002, GameCube 2003, Xbox 360 2006, and then for some reason it came out on the arcade again in 2013. And then released on PC in 2014.
Huh.
Nice.
So, do you take contact damage with
I believe you do.
Okay.
Well, let's find out. Yes, you do.
Fantastic.
And also, it's nice because once again, it does a bomb whenever you die. If you paid attention with the loadout.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's. It doesn't do the same thing Raid Silver Gun did with the continuous system, or.
No, I have it on free play right now, so you can just play this game right now.
Oh no, this game is actually very generous.
That's nice.
God, I keep on, yeah, that me doing the charge attack there kind of screwed me over.
Yeah, don't get fancy.
Okay, kid.
We're here for a cooldown from Super Hydra.
Well, it's more me not paying. It's like, oh hey, it's me being used to other shmups, where it's like, oh wait, that's gonna screw me over.
Once again, let's take a second to appreciate that like no element runs are actually quite viable.
Yeah.
Fucking close.
Yeah, though my personal favorite song in this game is the stage 4 theme. Also, might I add that for like a fucking 2001 arcade / Dreamcast game, this game is really good.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Like, because of the central mechanic, I can toy a lot with aesthetics.
Oh god, this fight. So also, here's another weird, neat thing about, like this, because like, oh, that these shields are like elemental, so I have to use like a certain element in order to damage it, in order to get the shield to pop up.
That's really neat.
Oh. Yeah, that was contact damage.
Like, this is very much one of Treasure's best work.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's saying something for a company that made a lot of really good games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't just mean Wario Land or whatever it's called.
What?
Or Super Wario World.
Or that one Tiny Toons game that they made.
Yeah.
Or did they make the Astro Boy game for the?
Yes, it is.
It was Wario World that they made, and it's actually really fucking good.
They did make Astro Boy the Omega Factor for the Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
And I mean, let's not forget that they made Mischief Makers, which is a really good game.
Yes, it is. It's a very good game that I have to add. I just recently got a copy of.
It's a really good, really strange game.
Big shake.
Mm-hmm.
Big shake.
Big shake.
Shake.
Oh, I thought it was dark. Oh, wait, wait, what? Okay.
I think you got hit by the lightning.
Whoa.
Oh.
Threading the needle there, close.
Nice use of my frames.
Only the funniest use of frames here.
Also, if you notice, it's giving like these little like sort of proverbs with each of the new chapters.
Yes.
There's very much a theme with this game.
Advanced storytelling methods.
Oh, damn.
Oof.
Oh yeah, Jared, it is.
That's our. Oh, jeez. What was that?
Jared,
Oh, God damn it.
it looks like it's really easy to get hit by switching at the wrong moment.
Yep.
Yeah. That has killed me many times. Oh, damn.
Oh no.
No element. Oh. Okay, no, I can't. I'm like, oh wait. Oh, Jesus.
I hope you're good at incremental dodges.
Thankfully, I am. Apparently. That's there. Oh, God. Oh. Mm.
Oh, wow.
You know, this game is some rude shit sometimes.
Oh.
I mean, it is treasure.
Just appreciate how you fight that boss.
Like, I really love the dual color aesthetic here. It's just... Because it gets just the two bright colors lets it get so much out of the environments just because they can save all the like super expressive.
Oh, now it's
enemies.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is a point where I usually am like, I never really get this far. I feel like I'm good.
Too is it's very nice that they made them very sharp contrasts.
Yes.
Both with their outline and their center.
Oh, what is this?
Please make it to the next stage. It is the best thing.
God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, this fucking boss is so fucking trip.
So rude.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is one of those bosses where it's better to hug the outside.
Find the color and just stick with it.
Also, I do like that it makes a different noise when you hit something with an elemental weakness.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
Not getting enough bullets. Under that. Oh, that did a whole lot.
Oh boy. Oh no, it's getting faster too.
It's fine, because he's probably gonna end up blaming it out.
Yeah, probably.
Or just abusing credit spam. Oh. There we go. Actually, this might benefit me.
It's a treasure game. They have blame outliners.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
There we go.
Nice.
By the skin of your teeth.
Yeah, because you get in front of the laser, you just mash the charge beam. Because you will essentially at that point have infinite. Okay, this music's pretty good. I'm not actually super familiar with the Ikaruga soundtrack compared to like the Radiant Silver Gun one. Oh jeez.
It still sounds like Final Fantasy Tactics to me.
Not nearly as much.
Or at least
like,
this one does.
This game is really good.
How many chapters are there?
I want to say there's like 5, isn't there?
That was like 6.
Yeah, it's not a super long game. It's not as long as, say, Radiant Silver is.
Yeah, but that's also why it's so intense.
Yeah.
Also, mind you that this game has actual levels, whereas Radiant Silver Gun's basically a sequence of boss battles with the occasional level.
Yeah. Or at least their levels in this game are a lot more, so I'm starting to get to the point where I can't understand what the hell's going on.
Yeah, this is very much a game where you need practice, but you can credit spam it because it's fucking... Yeah, it's better release. But if you want to actually like play the game proper, it is you need to learn it. Not necessarily the patterns, but how to play it.
Yeah.
That was actually one thing that some people complained about with the new versions, was that they changed some of the patterns of the enemies, and people got really upset about that.
For reference, this song's name is Reality. Chapter 3's is Faith, Chapter 2's is Trial. Chapter 1 is Ideal.
Neat. Holy shit.
Yeah, am I just supposed to be surviving, I take it?
Probably, yeah.
Also, I'm playing this on a window, so it's kind of small.
Not hard to see, but yeah, harder to focus.
Also, my God. Also, my eyes aren't that great to begin with, so...
You were right, there are only 5 chapters, and the final one is stone-like.
Which is actually, now that I think about it, the same as Radiant Silvergun. It's just Radiant Silvergun's levels are just so huge.
Yeah.
Especially the last level in Radiant, like the one before you actually fight the Protector of the Stone Lake. It's so long because I believe it is 6 boss fights in a row. 6 massively pain in the ass boss fights, by the way.
Yeah.
And then you get to what I think is probably one of the best boss fights in Shmup history.
But yeah, this is actually probably my favorite song on the soundtrack.
It's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
My favorite is still probably, was it Batsukeki or whatever it is?
Batsukeki, yeah.
Yes, the one of the boss themes.
Which I can understand. I just really like this one though. It's a certain kind of tense and driven that I really enjoy. It's very much a you're here to kick ass kind of thing. Like, you've come this far.
It's a musical exploration of the game's themes. I like the enemy is just suicide rushing you now.
They clearly see that they can't dissuade you.
You are making a rush for their power source. Like, this is the reason they got powerful, is the stone like.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Now even the single beam's not the same color.
Yep, they're pulsing.
That's... Oh my god, that's horrifying.
No, it's actually become a rhythm kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, but just seeing that the first time, that would cause me to just freak out.
It's just good games.
I mean, yes, but...
Oh good, I see that I'm just destroying the core.
Yeah, you're peeling it back like the layers of an onion.
Good use of invincibility plans.
Just fucking goddamn.
I reject your pulsing. I'm not going to learn that, so I'm just going to cheese this.
You're fucking credit scamming the shit out of this.
Whatever works.
I mean, to be fair, you're just here to show off the game. Like,
this is too late for me to understand what's going on.
This is too late. You've already been through some shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, unlike Super Hydorah, at least this lets you credit scam.
Yes.
This game wants you to play it and see it through to the end. Because the stone like is going to ruin your day.
I'd imagine. If it's anything like the stone like in the original game.
It's mad that it's been captured power, and it's out for revenge. Oh, okay, it's only one color, you're fine. Never mind.
I was gonna say they could still contact damage me. And there are people who can beat this game without shooting a single shot. All your dark energy.
No, it's a really good, really well designed game. It's just fucking brutal.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Oh my
That was beautifully close.
god.
Because this is just at this point, this is just really pretty.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's a really good, really well designed game.
Venom
Psychosis, yeah.
Oh, yep, it's doing the Radiant Silvergun thing.
I am thou art I.
Oh, that was done.
Yes, but this is happier than Radiant Silvergun.
That is not saying much, though.
If you know the ending to this, yes, it is saying a lot.
I mean, would we consider Radiant Silvergun happier than Sine Mora?
In a weird way, yes.
I mean, essentially, they both revolve around the same theme. Like, they end the same way, actually.
Oh, Jesus, really? That's great.
How does Radiant Silvergun end again?
I will be streaming that at some point. I do not want to spoil it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's...
There's a lot of context that you kind of want to see it when it actually happens before, then compared to then actually just reading about it.
Okay.
Because I'll just say that Radiant Silvergun has a lot of subtext behind it.
It's actually got a surprisingly solid narrative, which is weird to say about a shmup.
We've been playing a couple narrative-focused shmups today, though, so...
I like this pattern. It's just I'm sucking right now.
Yeah,
That's
this is
fun.
neat.
Also, are these wizards on the side?
Maybe.
It's just kind of doing its thing.
Never trust the wizard.
Oh. Go. Okay. Oh, what is this?
Your boy, the Stone Lord. I hope you're good at pulsing.
The Stone Knight got an upgrade between games.
Oh.
You know, the light face reminds me kind of Neil from Nier.
Yeah, like once again, like the focus of this is yin and yang.
Yes.
Okay, I like the rhythm behind this.
Yeah, no, it's actually a really cool fight.
God damn it, I just got lost the rhythm though. There we go.
Nice.
Is that the final boss?
You say that.
I think that's not. Oh, there we go. There's the stone leg.
It's your boy.
Let's see, do.
Half is over.
Oh god. Good,
You do it, Lolo.
Oh, there's a good old stone mic.
Oh, good. It's doing the exact same thing it does at the end of Radiant Silvergun.
I mean,
We're
yes,
just-
but there's more to this one than the Radiant Silvergun. Because your boy the Ikaruga is pretty special.
Should he be shooting? Or just
No,
try
I
to
can't.
survive?
I can't shoot.
There's a reason it has no health bar. He's trying to wait it out.
I keep on thinking that it's instantaneous, but it's not.
It's a really cool final boss that makes very skillful use of the game's central mechanic, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the thing that's really tripping you up a little is just the fact that it's not an instantaneous switch.
But
Nevermore shall it plague us.
So yeah, if you don't understand what happened, that's fine. I'd be surprised if you did on your first go-through.
What happened?
I mean, in this specific case, you basically ascended to a higher plane of existence, giving up your mortal body to destroy the stone leg.
God, yeah. Considering the lore of Radiant Silvergun, that's weird that you can destroy it.
Yeah. But once again, it's you. The entire point of this game was your ascension, more or less.
Yeah.
Mastery of light and dark. Yin and yang.
I mean, it is ascending to a higher plane. I mean, it has the ending of Terra Enigma.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really neat game with kind of a neat story that I appreciate.
Yeah. I've never actually beaten this game before, so this is new to me.
Neat. I'm glad you enjoyed it, because it sounded like...
Yeah. So, my overall thoughts on it are... I still personally think that I enjoy playing Radiant Silvergun more than this, but this definitely is a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does have the thing where it is a little bit difficult, but like in those later levels, if you're not ready for it, it just doesn't feel quite right.
It's gonna rank you over the coals.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, but it's a really solid game, and I think it's really good and really neat. And I do feel like Radiant Silvergun is the better product overall,
Yes.
and I would love to see it get like a re-release of some sort, like any sort.
You say that it did. It wasn't good.
Oh no.
So, God, I don't even know if I'd rank that at some point, but supposedly that so there was a version of Radiant Silvergun that came to the Xbox Live Arcade.
That one.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's Radiant Silvergun. It had all that. It has the game. It has the story mode. It translates the stuff. One major problem with it, though, is that the story mode, which is the Saturn mode from it isn't the Saturn mode from Saturn version. How Radiant Silvergun on the Saturn gives you an extra continue per hour. The Xbox Live Arcade version gives you one life and one continue. You have one continue, that is it. And you get one life per hour.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that isn't it. The Saturn version still remains the best way to play Radiant Silvergun.
But going back to what I was saying, I feel like Ikaruga is a fantastic game, really stunning to look at and really interesting to play, and the music is fantastic. I love the music to this. And like even the narrative is kind of neat, even if it's, I guess you could say, a little up its own ass.
A little bit, but I mean,
You're ascending to heaven. It's always going to be a bit up its own ass when that's the narrative.
I mean, yes. So, yeah. So why don't we actually bring the? Oh, whoops.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna bring this up. So, actually, that is kind of loud, but maybe not. Okay. So yes, Ikaruga.
Obviously in the purple.
I'd say it's better than Space Harrier, personally, at the very least. Better than King Grand Prix. I'd say better than Axley and Sine Mora EX, personally.
I would say it's better than Sine Mora.
Yeah.
Again, Fantasy Zone, it's... Yeah.
I would personally prefer it over Fantasy Zone, but I know what you're saying.
I would put it over Fantasy Zone personally, but...
Okay, what about 2DX?
Yeah.
Okay, what about Monolith?
No.
Yeah, I would say Monolith is a better game. I am completely fine with that.
And the nice thing about Ikaruga is it's very easy to get your hands on.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
it is almost as easy as Sine Mora to get your hands on. Because, yeah, treasure game.
I'm still sad that Treasure kind of vanished because they made a lot of really good shit.
They're still around, I think.
Yeah, I thought they're still around.
I said vanished. I didn't say like they're defunct.
Fair.
Maybe I'll do it that later. But yeah, and soundtrack.
Very solid. Number 2.
I would say
yeah, because
actually,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is a case not doing the whole jokey bit with how the soundtrack maybe not be up to the standards of the normal list, but I do think that if there is one thing that Ikaruga improves over Radiant Silvergun, it's the soundtrack.
I mean, I really enjoy Radiant Silvergun soundtrack, but yeah, oh god, yeah, no, Ikaruga's soundtrack is so fucking good.
All right.
It's not as good as Monolith.
It's not quite as good as Monolith.
For reference, the last game that they did was a 3DS game back in 2014 called Geist Crusher God.
Huh.
That's what I mean, is they just kind of vanished.
Maybe they're working on something really big.
Maybe. Ikaruga 2.
I have my doubts.
Electric Ikaruga Blue.
Please, no.
Also, man, their website's fucking ugly.
Probably.
That doesn't surprise me, honestly.
All right. Well, in that case, this has been a lot longer episode than I was expecting to do.
It was a good episode, though.
Yes. I might have to cut out that the rant and give it its own video.
Segregate the entirety of Super Hydorah.
Yeah. So, good night, stream.
Good night.
I've gone on for far long enough.